Well, hello, you glorious YouTubers and people that's going to look for that alternative lifestyle in life. If you're one of those people that's looking for a way to escape failing governments, corrupt governments, war, tyranny, and all these horrible things that's happening all around us, and the high living costs, you basically become a slave to stay alive. And if you're tired of those kind of systems, you need to reach out. You need to broaden your mind, because the world is large and it is endless with opportunities. There is so many amazing countries out there that's just awesome to live in. Now, a lot of people want to do the off-grid living thing, and a lot of people think if I live in the UK, I go off-grid, I'll be fine. Nonsense. It's not going to happen, because our 15-minute cities, you pretty much will be cut off from a lot of things. And also with the taxes, the corruption, and all these horrible things that's happening around the world and in certain countries, I won't say names, it is changing. And my personal advice is, if you're in a developed country like one of these corrupt ones, get out now while you can. Leave. My honest opinion, and this comes from working with humanitarian efforts, looking at history which is repeating itself, all of these things, it's better to invest in an undeveloped country. If you are trying to start life fresh, move to a country that's safe. I'm in Paraguay. I have done my research. It is one of the safest, most stable, sovereign countries around. It's not too mad about all the stuff that's happening around the world, and that is the country you want to be in. A country that offers you the opportunity to live life to the full with no restrictions. And this is what they allow us to do here in Paraguay. Things to remember when you are going to venture on your own: be prepared. You need to improvise. You need to sacrifice a lot of things that you have grown accustomed to. But life is truly amazing, and I do stand here with a smile, because where I am and what I'm doing is awesome, and there's no restrictions on what I can build. There's no restrictions on my development of the Camino Verde project, for instance, which is a colony for people that's had enough of their countries, as well as people in Paraguay, Paraguayans living below the breadline. That's people that's fallen on hard times, people that was deprived from education, from new opportunities. And this is what we are going to do. But when you go out by yourself, do your research. Make sure that you know where you're going. Make sure that you can integrate, because the worst thing for you is to stand like a sore thumb out in a public or in a community where you don't speak the language, you're not integrating. That's not what it's about. You're supposed to integrate. You're supposed to expand your knowledge, your language skills, all of these things. And here in Paraguay, and where I'm in Itacorubi de la Cordillera, they are very friendly. They are always willing to help me. They're always helping me with my skills when I go into the shops. They all know I'm foreign, and they know I try, because I do try, and they respect that, and I respect them. So get your ducks in a row of when you want to go. Then make sure you have finances, you have land, you have everything that you need to make a success out of your commute or out of your off-grid living. If you are looking for a community or a colony like Camino Verde, what we are doing here in its early days, we are busy at the moment building the demonstration house and these kind of things. But when you take people on, you have to take people on that's going to pull their weight. And that is so important, because the last thing you want to do is be the sole person that's creating, inventing, building, fundraising. You don't want to be that person. Believe me, I have been that person for a long time. And it's really tiresome. It drains your soul, it drains your energy when you are doing everything alone and everybody else is just sitting at the back waiting for a picnic. You know what I'm saying? So you have to pick people that's going to be the same as you are. driven to succeed, driven to make a difference, driven to uplift the lives of those around as well as yourself. You need people that is focused on humanity and the environment and thinking outside the box. So it's important to get like-minded souls to join your community, or you join a community that fits your personality, your views on life, your ambitions in life. We at Camino Verde, for instance, are extremely driven to become an industrious, off-grid colony / community, whatever you prefer to call it. And the thing is, for us, is we want to become something that is independent, that doesn't rely on currencies. If it goes tits up, at least we have something to trade with: fresh organic produce, fresh organic healthcare, hygiene, and household products. We offer our services where we will be building for other people, doing renovations, all these wonderful things. We're going to do a lot of things, you know. Even in our community, we will have meals available to the public, like a little restaurant kind of thing, where it's healthy meals, because our community members are going to eat in anyway, so we might as well make a few extra plates and then offer that to the public if they want to come and relax and enjoy our company. Besides all these things, we will look at manufacturing of hemp products, hemp building materials, building blocks, insulation, those kind of things. But that will come in time, because the whole process for us, for instance, where we are, it is a process. It takes a little longer to get our hemp and cannabis licenses, which will take a while, but we are in the process and it's in. So, you know, that can take anything from 3 months to 6 months, maybe a year even. That is something you have to prepare yourself for as well. South American countries and undeveloped countries run at a much slower pace than you are used to, which is fantastic, because that's what you want, a break from all of these things. And I do apologize for my neighbor coming past with his little motorbike. Hola. You have to greet no matter what you're doing, because people are important. It's about human contact, it's about engaging. So besides all of these wonderful things that you have to be looking out for: location, people, country, flexibility on what you're trying to achieve, because I've seen so many people fly down to Panama and they get there and it's completely different. The building restrictions is so tough. You have to work only through a certain lawyers, certain architects, sorry. So it's all again becoming a monopoly. We don't want that. So this is why Paraguay, for instance, for me is fantastic. And you have to have, irrelevant of you joining a community, a colony, or starting your own, you have to become a MacGyver. You have to learn how to think on your feet, how to fix things. If you can't find something in the shop, make it. Like I always say to people, if I can't afford nice shit in life, I need to know how to make nice shit in life. That's the way it should be. Shouldn't have excuses. You shouldn't live in fear. You should let go of fear. But again, if you are going to go off grid, try not to do things alone, because it is really, really hard. And I've done it for a very long time. And that's why I changed the whole dynamics of Camino Verde, because for me, I want to create a colony of international people that had enough, as well as the local Paraguayans that's living in severe poverty that had enough, that's looking for something else to do in life, that's looking for a dignified, fresh new start in life. Then reach out to us. There is quite a few other off-grid colonies and communities all around the world that I'm communicating with on a daily basis. We are so far the cheapest. Unless you want to go and stay in a grovel and poop in a bucket and, you know, catch rainwater in a bucket as well, and, you know, hopefully not the same bucket, but there is cheaper options. There is colonies, communities out there that literally live in the Stone Ages because they prefer to be like that, and that's okay. It's their choice. But if you want something with running water, flushing toilets, electricity, no bills, everything looks like a form, like it's a unity, you know, it's not like a squatter camp kind of scenario where it's mixes and matches and nothing adds up. No, There is structure in Camino Verde. There is a corporate design. We're going super Adobe, earth bag dome homes. All our structure is going to have that same kind of feel to it. The layout, the atmospheric or the aesthetics of Camino Verde, I want it to be like a resort kind of feel to it, with beautiful landscape gardens and in community grounds, a recreation area with a natural swimming pool, barbecue area, place where everybody will eat, a small little school to to educate not just our kids in a multilingual school environment, but also the adults, because we need to learn Spanish, Guarani. Some of our community members, Paraguayans, will want to learn English. We are going to offer those things free. We are going to work with each other to see how we can improve our systems. What can we make to make things more enjoyable? For us, it's about quality of life over quantity of life. And this is why Camino Verde is so unique, because we pull in our resources, our skills, experience, all of these wonderful things, and we create an awesome, self-sustainable community or colony where we are not dependent on mainstream for electricity. We are not dependent on food or produce from everywhere else, because we're going to manufacture, and what we don't manufacture we will buy on, or we will trade. This is the new thing. People are moving over to trade. So if I have 1 ton of pumpkins, I trade it for a ton of corn, or whatever. Or I have certain fresh produce, somebody else has got something we need, so we trade. So this is when currencies goes tits up. We have that system in place already. If it doesn't, we have goods to sell to the marketplace, the export market, and those kind of things, which is important. Another thing is that I find is very important is get to know your geography a little bit. Get to know the history, public holidays, get to know your neighbors. I know some of you are freaking out because you're avoiding your neighbors. You don't even know their names, most people. But here you have to become part of a community. And even the neighbors I have around where I'm building the demo house, I know them, they know me. And it makes you feel good. Like some mornings I wake up, there's a bag of passion fruits, just a whole freaking bag waiting for us. That's from one of my neighbors. Sometimes I get baked goods, sometimes I get drinks, and things like that. That's what makes it important, because people like that helps you. People know I need bottles for this demonstration house, so I have a lot of people just bringing bottles. I need something, somebody's got extra bricks, they bring, somebody's got extra wood, they bring, and that is the way word of mouth goes, and people help each other. This system where it was always about individual greed, I'm providing for me, myself, and my family alone, that's gone. As you have seen with the lockdowns and pandemic and all of these fake stuff that's been happening and all of that, a lot of people's income has been taken away. They've lost their businesses, they've lost their homes. So that individual greed makes you stand like this. But if you bring a few people together and you try to break us, it won't happen, because we are one. We become stronger, united, we become unified. We work towards one goal. And the best thing of all is, like with Camino Verde, which we are different to everybody else, is we, at the end of the day, provide everybody equal profit share of things that we've sold, things that we've made, things that we are offering our services to the marketplace, export markets. All that money goes into the Camino Verde, and then it trickles through, it goes equally divided amongst all members as profit. Because we need to be rewarded for what we do. And every decision we make in Camino Verde has to have a vote. Doesn't make a difference what I want to do. If we want to do something and change something, there is a community vote. Everybody gets a say in what we do. Everybody gets a say in how we create this beautiful community. And that's what you want, because it's really exciting stuff. And what sometimes worries me is that I have a lot of people really trying, and I pray to the divine spirit above to help them to sell their properties in Holland, in Bulgaria. I have people in the UK, Wales, um, Ireland, France, Bulgaria, Belgium, sorry. And even in America, Canada, people are trying to sell homes. And unfortunately, it's that time where it's not a seller's market. And it's very sad because a lot of people are stuck. They want to get out, they have debts, they want to clear, they want to start a new life, they want to invest and buy a 3-bedroom or 2-bedroom house. You know, these kind of things, membership to our community. And it's hard because I can feel the anxieties. I can feel the longing to just break free. And there's nothing I can do. I do not have a lot of money. I've invested everything in Camino Verde, in the demo house, as well as networking and getting to understand the whole areas and what we need to do. Because this is what's important. I have done the research. I've done the groundwork. I just need the investors. I need the partners to join me so we can start getting going and building Camino Verde. So, things that you have to remember is when you join our community, you become part of a family. When from the day that you sign contract and you say this is it and we've done payments and all of these kind of things, when you arrive in Paraguay, sorry, there was a bug on my neck and I just, ooh. Anyway, sorry about that. But when you arrive in Paraguay, you'll be greeted by me or Betty or Blas, one of our directors, one of our members, where we will drive you to where we are. You, your family, if you want to have a car rental, we can organize that for you in the meantime. All of these kind of things. We have a legal firm that will handle all your immigration, all your visas, all of those lovely things. They are also dealing with all our community projects, legal contracts, everything. They deal with everything. So it's a one-stop shop. Look, I have gotten to this point where I believe that work smarter, not harder. And if we can have a one legal firm dealing with our immigration, our companies' dealings, legal dealings, businesses, contracts, everything like that, that's fantastic because it's one-stop shop and everybody gets to use them because they're going to help you with translations, for getting your documents certified or notarized, translation work, all of these kind of things. They're going to do it for you. That makes life of immigrating easier. Now, as I mentioned in previous videos, we're not into the import-export market yet. So I have no idea how they bring containers in. We can find out for you. We have a few people that's actually doing those kind of things, but that we can help with. But at least now you're moving to a country where you have somebody helping you already. At least you have somewhere to go to already. And as we are going to develop Camino Verde, there is temporary accommodation for all members that's joining us. We're taking care of housing, food, all meals, transportation, all of these kind of things. This is what we do. We are changing humanity. We are revolutionizing humanity in the way we used to do things. Because this is about saving lives, resettle and rebuild lives. This is what we're all about. So if you feel you want to go off grid and you need advice and things like that, you know, reach out, have a conversation with me, have a conversation with me about Panama, Paraguay, wherever you want to go, because I have done extensive research over a period of 3.5 years just on the locations and bringing all these different elements in that Camino Verde has that's going to uplift our lives, enrich our lives, provide us with a stable living environment. And that's what you want. So keep shining. Don't let the world get you down. There is options. You have a way out. So reach out anytime. God bless and love you. All that hippie, happy vibes going to you and your family and all of that. And by all means, don't ever give up on your dreams. Don't ever give up on your freedom and your human rights. This is why I am here, to provide you and others a safe place where we can actively work on our lifestyle, our community, our world. And when we are in the rural parts of Paraguay, outside Itacorobi where I am, there's no limits on what we can do. So reach out anytime. No stupid questions, no silly questions. There's only good questions. And I'm happy to help where I can. Love, light, and all of that.